Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we're going to be taking a look at increased alliance quest rewards, and quite frankly, as great it is to see a rewards increase, they don't really make too much of a sense because the numbers are kind of like all over the place, and I'm going to explain that in a bit. But before we get into that, obviously it's great to see a rewards revamp. We're going to get more stuff, we're going to get more TFIBs, and certainly it's a positive move, well, kind of like expected, and definitely that's great, that's awesome. I didn't expect them to be revamped, but here they are. So that is in fact quite awesome. However, when we take at the numbers, they do not make much of a sense when it comes to distribution in between kind of like top brackets to the lower ones. And first of all, we're going to check out obviously the spot number one. So all the elusive first place gets 20,000 TFIBs now. And that is a huge increase, a massive increase. That means basically two AQ cycles and you're going to have two AQ cycles and you're going to have fully formed TFIB if you are in first position. That's a definite huge amount that they have increased. However, when you look at the previously, so we can see that there is 10,000 replaced now by 20, so they have doubled it. But when it comes to alliances from second to fifth place, it's not that much of an increase there. It went from 8,000 to 10,000. So whereas first place get the reward doubled, second place only get it increased by a quarter, basically. So by 25%. And that is definitely quite puzzling. It's probably going to be demotivating to push as well for some alliances, and for the sake of me, I just can't figure out why, especially because when we're going to look lower down the bracket, these rewards increases again line up to the 50%. So for instance, when you look at place 91st to 150th place, there are 2,000 TFIBs before, and currently there are 3,500, so that's like nearly double, again the same way that the first place got it increased. If you look 251 to 500, then instead of 1,500 they're going to be getting 3,000 now, I think. And yeah, that's double back again. So lower down the bracket, the increase in TFIB frags once again basically goes up to a double. However, higher up it is a slight increase, so basically from 8,000 to 10,000, from 6,000 to 9,000, which is slightly bigger increase, and then from 5,000 to 8, and so it's kind of like fairly steady. And when you reach the bottom of bracket, it's kind of doubled. So benefiting from this the most will be the alliances that are somewhere around the hundreds to, like, I don't know, 2,000 spot, and the alliance that is in the first place. And it doesn't seem kind of fair. There is definitely something sketchy, some thought process behind it, because even though like my alliance currently is first place in AQ week after week, and obviously it's going to be great to receive these rewards, but it just feels really odd to see that kind of like huge difference in between first and then from second to fifth. And I definitely do disagree with that, even though like I am in this case one of the players who would be the largest beneficiaries from this, I suppose, because we do get a lot more. We do get 20k now a week opposed to 10. It's a massive increase, and it's huge kind of like difference between whoever is following and why closely behind. However, with this, the way it's set up, I have a massive suspicion that there is going to be some huge prestige rank up opportunities coming around the corner very soon. There will probably be several high prestige champions coming out, just like Dr. Doom just did. Silver Surfer is already rumored to be higher than Dr. Doom. Additionally, we will have soon a point in the game where 6 stars will be able to take into rank 3, which will make huge difference. Abyss is coming, and I think this pretty much is going to be one of the contributing factors that endgame players will be kind of like incentivized to chase that top prestige spot or as high as they possibly can in order to achieve this like kind of huge rewards difference and get into the first place of AQ. So the way I look at it, like obviously we have yet to see exactly what's going to happen, but there's going to be some huge whale milking around the corner, because yeah, it's a huge difference. It's like if there are 4 cycles of AQ and the difference is 10k, that means it's a full TFIB difference a month just by playing a Alliance quest from first place to second place. And I cannot support it. It's just too big when you compare them. If they went this route, I think they should have simply doubled the rewards for pretty much every single ranking group, and that would make it a lot more kind of like streamlined, and it will make a lot more apparent. Now the fact that they only increase it by 2000 TFIB fragments for alliances that are in 2nd to 5th spot, when alliances that are in like 100th to some other spot get the same 2000 increase, it doesn't make much of a sense to me. There's something either very ill designed or ill planned, or there is something else behind it, and it kind of gets me worried. Once again, even though I am likely to currently anyways benefit from this a lot, but it just does not sit well with me. It doesn't make much of a sense from like a logical standpoint, and there has to be some underlying reason for that. But that goes for the updated rewards. You can check them by yourselves. On the left side of the screen, we can see the current Alliance Quest rank rewards, the way we are earning them now. And on the right side, we can see how they are going to be changed. I believe with this AQ. Yeah, I think it is with this upcoming Alliance Quest week. So this is basically what we're going to be earning. And the rewards increase is big for vast majority of the alliances. Again, it does feel quite odd for kind of like top 2 to 30 alliances that increase is fairly minimal. However, we also have a Glory Store update, and that brings us some really cool stuff. And again, on top of the screen, we do have the new updated Glory Store, and at the bottom section, we have the old, the current kind of like values and costs of everything. The most notable increase definitely is TFIB Catalyst Fragments. They have not only lowered the price of them, but they also have increased the amount of TFIB frags you get. Instead of 900, it is going to be 2,250. The price is lower as well. Basically, if you buy all 5 of them, it costs you 5,000 glory. And that, however, in exchange basically gives you a quarter of TFIB per Alliance Quest week. So that means if you buy all 5 of these for a consecutive 4 cycles of AQ, or for roughly around a month, you will be able to form a fully formed TF5 basic catalyst just from Glory Store. So the difference there is quite massive. It's definitely noticeable, noteworthy. I believe many more people will be buying these now. As for instance, myself, I largely just kind of skipped them because I didn't feel that they were good enough value for the glory. I largely use my glory for TF4Bs and potions. And yeah, so TF5Bs become a lot more alluring. Now, they have not decreased price for tier 1 alphas, which is a shame because it was always nice to pick up a bunch when you needed some. They have decreased the price slightly for tier 4 basic fragments, which is always a positive change. And yes, tier 2 alpha now is slightly cheaper as well. However, extremely unfortunate that they in fact have not changed the price of Alliance potions, which are still exactly as expensive as they used to be, and Glory Store being probably the most kind of predominant source of potions for Alliance Quest Alliance War for vast majority of the players. That will kind of complicate the things because people will basically be forced to choose now whether you are going to get your potions in Glory Store or get your TF5B, because that 5,000 mark does take vast majority of your glory if you want to invest in TF5Bs, because on average alliances I imagine earn about 6 6,000 or something like that glory per AQ week, and if 5,000 of that go to TFIBs, then yeah, it definitely will mean that AQ potions will be harder to come by, or at least you will have to make a choice in between your TFIB or AQ pots, which is something I'm not looking forward to too much, because I was quite enjoying getting my potions for cheap or free, depending how many I use with using the Glory Store. And now with the TFIB being so much cheaper and kind of much more alluring, it's gonna be a bit more difficult to budget these things. But as always, nothing's perfect in life, and overall, all in all, it is definitely a positive and welcome change when it comes to Alliance Quest rewards, and also when it comes to Glory Store. Still, something does not sit right with me when it comes to AQ rewards. The huge difference in TFIBs from first to second spot, it's 10,000 fragments a week different. It's fully formed TFIB, basically a month that first spot in AQ has on second spot, and yeah, that definitely does seem odd and just poorly designed, I suppose. But that will pretty much do for today, guys. And I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. Let me know what you think about the new AQ rewards. Are you excited? Do you think they're absolutely amazing now? What would you have liked Kabam to do different, I suppose? And overall, how do you feel about all this change? What does it mean for you? What does it mean for your alliance? Will you be pushing harder in AQ? Will you be ranking for prestige? But nonetheless, I'm gonna catch you guys soon. See ya.